Hey, everybody, it's your girl, author Doc B. She's in the building tonight, and we have a special treat for you. Thank you so much for joining Bring It to the Table. Please click like and share. Bring It to the Table is a place where you can come to discuss anything you've overcome, conquered, and survived, and now how you are living beyond your dreams. Tonight, let me tell you, we have a special guest. You guys are going to really enjoy her tonight. Let me just make the edit the privacy to make it public because sometimes with StreamYard, it gets a little funny. But I'm going to read before I bring her on. I'm going to read her bio. And please, everybody, I really would appreciate it if you I really would appreciate if you would share, invite someone to the platform. Please send those hearts and all those things. We love all that stuff here on Bring It to the Table. But I'm going to read some things. Now, ever since Women's Month, and I don't know why I didn't think to get her on for Women's History Month, which just passed, but she would have been perfect for our health segment. We had a health segment, we had a leadership and career segment, and things of that nature. But you all are about to hear from Kareema Bilal. You're going to hear from her, and she's just an amazing person, amazing force. I met her a few weeks ago when I got my 7th-year wedding anniversary. My husband took me to my very first Islamic concert. My very first Islamic concert. They called it an Eid al-Fitr extravaganza. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was a concert, and it had all Muslim artists. And I've never seen anything like this before. Muslim artists, songwriters, and vocalists, and it was just amazing. So I met her and I asked her, can you come on my podcast? And of course, she said yes. So let me tell you, Kareema Bilal, she is an instructor and health and healing practitioner. And tonight, our topic is going to be healthy mother, healthy family. Okay? Healthy mother, healthy family. Now, I know I just saw her backstage. I don't know where she went. There will be a need for the mic before you can add them to the stream. Okay, so where is she? She disappeared. Hold on, let me just tell her that she disappeared. Okay. I'm going to read you her bio and I'm going to bring her on. But I do see her backstage, but it says I can't bring her on yet. So let me find out. I don't know if she can hear me. Y'all know how these things go. She's not connected. So let's see how this goes. Walaikum salam. It says device is not connected. I saw you at first and now I don't. And I can't bring you in.
I don't know what the problem was on this side, but here's what we'll do. How about I sign out and come back in?
Yep, that would be helpful. I'm going to read your bio and then bring you in.
Okay, so how do I do that? Just go back to the link?
Yep, go right back to the link and do the same thing again. All right, so I did get her on and she was backstage and something happened, and that's always when it comes to the streaming stuff. But I'm going to read you her bio. There she is. I see you. You're there, sis. Okay. So you got Kareema Bilal, as she is known to her Muslim community as, was named by her parents, Audrey Tinsley. She is a Stanford University trained PA, physician assistant, a mid-level provider who is also licensed in 2 states. Oh boy, you are in for a treat. I cannot wait. I just can't wait. Let me tell you. And I'm taking my time because I don't want y'all to miss none of this stuff. So get your questions ready. Get your ink pens, your notebook, your cup of tea, because this is getting ready to be an hour of power. She bad, I'm telling you. She always introduces herself as a PA, but her patients insist upon calling her doctor. So we'll find out the difference. I mean, some of you smarties out there know the difference between a doctor and a PA. I call them all doctors. They did the work. They did all this work, research. Says, but her patients insist upon calling her doctor. And it says a fitting tribute to the caring and conscientious and compassion way that she practices. See? And you're gonna feel all of that right through this stream tonight. I'm telling you, she's powerful. I love it. It's like a quiet little power. You ever seen a quiet power and just as humble? I love those things. I need some of that for myself. God placed it in my life, my path. I'm grateful. Then it says, for the past 44 years, she has practiced. Oh, OBGYN ladies, women's health, internal medicine, and primary care. Woo, woo, woo. Right? In the context of providing these services, women and couples of all ages, cultures, and backgrounds have sought to her, they have saw her as being down to earth. We're going to find that out, right, folks? It's down to earth. That's what it says here. It says it right here, right? Then it says, let me see. Okay. Now, it says this too. Down to earth. And then she advises people on topics like this. These are the topic matters. Health, right? She'll talk to you all day. Health, marriage, sexuality, relationships, and partnerhood. Ooh, I wonder what that is. Because I say marriage, she probably say partnerhood, somewhere around there. She's gonna lighten us because she's smart, right? Then to better serve people, Kareema began a lifelong exploration into a study of alternative medicine, functional medicine, and energy healing, which continues. That's what she's doing today. She continues that. Says whenever Kareema is asked to describe her most outstanding accomplishments, she responds, and she began an effective, productive wife. Woo woo. Y'all gonna get some of that stuff. Woo woo woo. Where are you in your wifehood? Where are you? Right? So get them questions ready. I'm reading it. Then it says, okay. Oh, she responds at being an effective and productive wife who has helped to raise, y'all ready for this? 13 children to be effective, productive human beings and being a 10th degree black belt. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. 10th degree black belt grandmother. You don't want to mess with her. Not here. And don't even come with the hands. You're going to lose. Okay? Ooh, we going to bring her on. She going to teach me something. Okay? Black belt. Wow. This is as a mother of 3 biological children, a grandmother of 5, and the bonus mother of 10 others, who she lovingly calls her bonus children. She believes that any parent who can successfully come home from work, resolve teenage meltdowns. Not me. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Teenage meltdowns. Okay. Wow. That's huge. That's a big one. Adolescent act outs. Ooh, they be acting out. She put all them fires out. I can see it now. Put that fire out. Do this, you do this. This what we going to do. We're going to do this. She getting ready to let us know how she do all this stuff, right? How about those toddler traumas? Ooh, the toddler's traumas, the toddler tantrums. It say tantrums, right? Directing chores, right? correcting homework. Oh, I love her bio. I love it, right? And then still managing to be passionate and loving spouse is more qualified to mediate the crisis in the Middle East. This is crazy. I'm bringing her in. Without further ado, let's just get her on. Please click like and share. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you good. My goodness. I can't believe we have you on. This is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for embracing my audience with your presence. I am I'm overwhelmed. I'm feeling all these things. I just read this beautiful bio. And I mean, I read it before, but it wasn't until I got ready to actually pronounce the words and say it loud did I start to feel things, feel things. Because, I'm a therapist, and I love the way you put in your bio, your patients like to call you, refer to you as a doctor. I love that because I always tell people, I don't need those letters for the society and for the people to tell me what I have become expert at, what I know I am, and what I know I can do. I always say that. How was your day, Kareema? Sister Kareema.
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all those kind words, for all your kindness and your enthusiasm. Alhamdulillah. Allah is to be praised for all that. Greetings, peace, blessings, bonjour, bonsoir, all good greetings of every kind to your audience, wherever they may be. And I had a wonderful day. I have wonderful days every day I wake up.
I know that's right.
I'm in that vintage period of my life. I'm 70 years young.
Wow.
I'm 70 years young. Yes, praise be to Allah. And every day that I wake up is a wonderful day. And that's that.
Amazing.
Allah. May Allah make me as beautiful on the inside as I appear to be on the outside. It is that's my dua, that's my prayer, that's the best that I can possibly be. A reflection and a reminder of Allah. To me, that's the most loving thing that we can do for one another.
Yes, praise be to Allah. Allah God, for those, Allah means God. Some people out there, they may not know, but we just telling you, he's the greatest. And that's what we serve him, And so I'm just going to get right into our topic today because I'm telling you, that bio just knocked me right off my feet. I'm sure it did my heart. So it's now, because when I met you at, we were at this event right here. Right? I met you here and you were singing all this music. I was like, wow. But my husband, he's just head over heels. He's known about you for, oh my God. He's 70 also. So he's known about you for many, 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 many years. Your husband for many, many years. And I mean, been following you all and all this stuff from New York and over here. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go with you. I'll see what the people is all about, And it was a beautiful evening. You really made my 7th year wedding anniversary special. So
thank you. Thank you for
that.
Go
ahead. I'm listening.
I was going to say, one of the things I hoped to do and hope to do tonight is to dispel the notion or the perception of Muslim women or women who follow the deen as being unidimensional. In other words, because you might notice that I'm dressed different than you. The Quran says it does not matter what you dress, how you dress. The best dress is righteousness. So there are some people, and one of the things I love to do, that I just want to shoot right out of the sky, is this the Quran says, "Be not divided into sects."
Yes.
So it's not, you're not the hijabis, or because you don't dress like the people in the Middle East, or you don't dress like the Africans. Whatever your nationality, whatever ethnicity you claim, that's your right. What I want to know is what I need to know about who you serve and what deen you follow. You're going to show it to me by the way you act,
Come on.
by the way you behave towards me and towards other people. All the rest of that is artifact.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Well, you heard it, folks, right there from Kareema Bilal herself. Like, she's in the flesh right now, and she says, no. It's okay. What's in that heart of yours? Who do you serve? It's okay. Are you humble? How are you behaving? In public, outside of public, at home, wherever. That's what is all about. So be in your culture. Be who you are. If you from Africa and you Muslim, wear your African garments. If you blacker than black in the United States of America, wear your hair and wear your jeans, your true religions, and all that stuff. That's what she said. I'm telling you. And I love what she said. What the Quran says, we don't have to do all that. That's Saudi Arabian. That's over there. And this is over here. And this. Be who you are, your original, as long as your behaviors is intact. I love it. I think we both agree on that. I love that.
And I will, let me just enter this. And this leads us right into my topic for the day. You should dress in a way that respects yourself.
Nice.
Right?
That's
so
it.
If you cover your head and you're all like this, however, you're wearing skin tight jeans, or you're doing all of that, and your behavior is less than dignified, then all the rest of that is just, as I say, it's window dressing, it's artifact. And the people who look at you and who interact with you will know that. And by the same token, I interact with people all the time who swear that I'm Christian. They swear up and down that I'm.
Yeah, they call me an undercover Christian too.
Yeah, when I was wearing my kimar when I was back in New York, they thought I was a nun.
Wow.
And I said the difference between a seriously committed nun and a seriously committed Muslim is that we're married and have families, and we're married to people, and they're married to Jesus. Other than that, the mission, as far as I see it, is the same. The mission is the same.
Yeah. So our topic tonight, folks, is healing healthy mothers, healthy family. Right? Healthy mothers, healthy family. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to make this one point about the night we met. When I say it was so magical, for some odd reason, society thinks that when we dress like this, or because we're Muslim, we're not supposed to dance and have fun. We won't listen to certain types of musics. And I was blown away. I was like, wow, look at these Muslim artists. It was amazing. It was classy. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Beyonce, okay, that's good. B, Lady B, do your thing. But we have our thing over here too. And it's also fun. And I told one person in the audience that night, when I went to Dubai, they had the belly ladies, and I was overseas. They had the camels, but the camels looked like they was dancing. They had so much fun. Smoke was blowing all in the air. And I was like, ooh, this is something. This was really something. It really was. And then I had one person criticize me for dancing on, it was a Muslim too, and it really hurt me a lot. I was dancing with my family at a wedding, and they kind of like criticized me, and I didn't want to play the role that I was playing in that organization anymore because of it. And they said, we don't do that. And I said, you don't do that. I have a ball. And my husband was right there, and we enjoyed ourselves, and we danced all the time. As you saw that night, you saw us. We were dancing. So
Yeah,
now,
we would draw the line at twerking.
okay.
But short of that, I mean, anybody that's got a problem with the electric slide or the cha-cha slide, that's their issue.
That's their issue. Correct. So what does this topic mean?
Well, I want to, if I could leave one message with your audience, and I want them to get this, if they get nothing else from what I say, it is that when you heal a mother, you heal the family.
Yes.
You heal, and if you heal enough families, then we can heal.
That's right. I agree.
Right? Now that's critical because the future of the human race depends on healthy, intact mothers. The future of nothing less than the future of the human race, in my humble opinion, depends on healthy, intact mothers. Now, let me take a moment here in this era of ever-changing definitions. When I say mother, I'm speaking to biological XX chromosome females.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
understand.
And I all those people who choose to identify as otherwise, that's their business. That's their business, and God bless them. It is not my position to judge them. But when I'm speaking in this broadcast, when I speak about mothers, that's who I'm referring to. And I further define mother as all women who do what mothers do.
Okay. And
whether you're biologically a mother, in other words, there's some women who biologically could not give birth, could not get pregnant. If you do what a mother does, whether you're the grandmother, the aunt, caregiver, whatever, if you do what a mother does and you're biologically female, then you're a mother.
Absolutely. I totally 100% agree. And more as well. So I posed the question to the audience. What do you think a healthy mother is? To the audience, what do you think a healthy mother is? You can just type it in the chat or you can call in. Most of you had the number. What do you think a healthy mother is? Because we're going to get to that word healthy. Okay? We're going to get to that because I'll tell you what. In today's society, it's a lot of unhealthy things that is going on with the women in society. I just told my audience before you came on, I said, boy, I wish I would have had you for Women's History Month. It was amazing. It was a beautiful month. Every week we had something, about a woman or whatever. But audience, what is a healthy mother? I really like how you said healthy mother, healthy woman of the household, right? Healthy family. All right. Healthy family. So before you define what a healthy mother really should look like in today's world, talk a little bit more to the audience about what you mean that the families will be healed or healthy.
Well, the mother is the first healer. She heals babies in the womb. The healing takes place while she's in the womb, while the baby is in the womb. Yes. And let me define what I mean by healthy mother. I like to use the word intact. Intact.
Okay.
And what do I mean by intact? I mean sound, entire, uninjured, not impaired in any way. And
wait a minute now.
Spiritually intact, emotionally intact, mentally intact, and least of all, physically intact. In other words, you can be disabled. I've seen videos many a time I've cared for in the course of my practice, women who were what would be classified as disabled. That did not stop them from being an intact mother or a good mother. So I like to use the word intact, meaning that as far as their spirit, it's intact. Okay. Many people see any woman who has her parts intact, reproductive parts, can get pregnant. Yes, That does
Yeah.
not make her a good mother.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that part.
That doesn't make her a good mother. She can be spiritually not intact. She can be spiritually broken and be
Bankrupt. Yeah. We
be a
see bankrupt.
catastrophe. Be a
Hmm.
catastrophe
Hmm.
as a mother. You see. So
Hmm.
I like to use that word intact, and for that, or in support of that, I say what Francis Cress Welsing said. I hope the audience is familiar. If you're not familiar, you should look up that video. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. She
Chris,
did
how do you spell Chris, with a K or a C?
Cress. Cress
Okay.
Welsing, right? Welsing. She was a psychiatrist. She's returned to Allah now. And she wrote a book that's phenomenal called The ISIS Papers.
Okay.
And in it, she goes into a lot of detail about many things that influence the psychology of the African American. The
Hmm.
point that I want to bring, of all the points that she made, is that you have to have your lap time, what she called your lap time. In other words, if you did not get nurtured enough from your mother, if you did not get what you need to be an intact person, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, then you're not, and you go right ahead and you're looking for all of that from a baby.
Hmm.
Then A, you don't understand how babies behave because you're not going to get back much from the baby for quite some time.
Hmm.
You're not going to find too many things that are as narcissistic as a baby in the early stages.
Hmm.
Later on, when the baby gets more aware of who it is, what it does, how it functions in the world, then you'll begin to get back some feedback. But for a long time, it is give, 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 and get nothing back.
Oh, yeah.
So if you get
Mhm.
someone who is not intact and then they become pregnant and they themselves have not gotten mothered sufficiently, then you're going to have problems. You're going to have an unhealthy, a broken family. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. And I guess that's why one of the reasons why I'll always have a job, because the way that society is structured, I'm going to say outside of the Islamic way of life. I'm going to say it just like that, because each of the, the religions have a way that they should be functioning, and especially in that motherhood, the way that society breaks the people, I mean, just rips them apart in terms of illnesses like cancer, uh, COVID tore families, the mothers, even the pregnant ones during COVID, the ones that got pregnant during COVID, with all this emotional stressors and life stressors and things of that nature. Um, Bring It to the Table, which is the name of my podcast, is about anyone who's overcome, conquered, and survived things and is now living beyond their dreams. It's an offspring from my book. It's an offspring from this book where it's called The Three C's, where I survived the crack addiction, cancer, and COVID-19. And here you'll see I with me bald head with cancer, and then over here you'll see me a picture when I was hooked on drugs, and up here I'm all masked up with COVID because this book it was gave birth during COVID, and so in all these broken pieces of the mother that I thought I was, until society norms creeped in. So I like
Well,
the way that you put that, the pieces of the mother that keeps them intact, and that the way that you define them as being intact. And so for a lot of people in today's world, I don't know intact. I don't know an intact person. I know people who are shattered and broken in one form or another.
Well, that's the human condition. The question would be degree.
To what
And
degree?
to
Yeah,
what degree? And this
come
is
on.
where this is where your perception and your relationship
Mhm.
with your creator comes into play,
Yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes. I
And
love it.
that's where it comes into play.
Mhm.
Whatever it is that you have been up to this point is kind of irrelevant. Where you're going from
Mhm.
this point forward is much more important than where you've been,
Where
which
you
is kind
been?
of than where you've been.
Mhm.
And right here it might be relevant to insert forgiving your mother for her sins and
Mhm.
her shortcomings
Mhm.
is key to your own mental, emotional, your future mental, emotional, and spiritual progress. Because
Yes,
you
I
don't you
love.
don't get you don't get a book. Well, you do. We get the Quran, we
Mhm.
get the Bible, we get the
Yeah.
different scriptures. Uh,
Yes.
they tend it may take the average person some time to
Mhm.
get to a point of really understanding what
Yeah.
Allah intended in that, because there's a lot of social overlay
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
that. That
Mhm.
said, once you get up past a certain point and you become what is now considered to be an adult, who you become after that is on you.
Ooh, come on now.
Now, here's my this is my philosophy. As one who could trade stories with you on post-traumatic stress disorders,
Mhm.
right? We've all been through something. I was born in 1952. I was born to sharecropping uh, parent. Well, my
Mm.
parents themselves were not sharecroppers, but my grandmother was directly that, and her mother was a slave.
Okay.
So we can go back just that close. And
In the
this was,
broken, yes, I love it.
but now here's what's beautiful about that. Here's what's
Mhm.
beautiful about that. Their hearts were sincere.
Uh-huh.
The family, even though it was dysfunctional in many ways, was still intact.
Our hearts was intact. Come
The
on.
most important thing
Mhm. Mhm.
in any of those incarnations, any of those generations,
Okay.
was the family, the children. And these were some amazingly strong women.
Yeah.
So even though I was born in Jim Crow,
Okay.
even though I was first wave busing and integration, Brown
Mhm.
versus Brown 1964, I
Wow.
still was able to get through it with my mother, who was working, who was dealing with
All
uh,
kinds of stuff. Yeah.
all kinds of difficulties that we could write lists about. I
Mhm.
am today proof, living proof, that a strong mother and a strong grandmother and a
Mhm.
strong family unit will allow you to make what could be an obstacle a stepping stone.
Wow. Yeah, I can agree to that. I do see the generations in my family. Um, I saw the evolution of the women, and I wrote about some of that stuff in my book as well. What I took from each one of the women I watched growing up that made me be able to overcome, conquer, and survive anything and live beyond my dreams. Because just being on this platform right now is a spot beyond my dreams. I never even thought, as a cracked addict, being in a public figure or being um, carrying these types of messages to communities to help them heal from any traumatic life's experience that they've ever had. Let me talk to the audience. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining. Hi, Tanya. Thank you for joining. Hi, Queen Siobhan. Thank you for joining. You all are always there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ah, we got Africa is there. You're supposed to be asleep. What you doing up now, son? Ah, so are we. Yahoo. Yaya. Hi, Yaya. Thank you for joining. I see you. Thank you, Kasana. You come every week. I appreciate you for joining. He's from the Gambia. I know the Gambia is here. That's what they're saying. With the Gambia is here. That's what they're in the audience. They're saying that we're from the Gambia. I know. Thank you. I appreciate your support and thank you so much for joining, everyone. If any of you have any questions, please type it in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to ask Sister Kareema about your question. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for joining. That's my best friend. She's always um, here, and she's also writing her first book right now. So we're going to do some marketing on that soon. The Call to Philly. I'm so happy for you. Thank you all for joining. So the GYN and the singing and the raising the kids and getting to this wonderful young age of what you said you were. And I can't. I
70.
and you're not you. I mean, you just bust out. Well, I'm 70. I don't care what nobody say. I'm
I'm
70,
proud of it.
and I'm
I'm
proud.
proud of it.
Yes.
Consider the alternative. What is the alternative to getting older? Death.
Ooh, come on.
So I do not apologize. I give thanks. I give praise that
Yeah.
I'm one of the ones who got to wake up and live
Mm-hmm.
to be 70. Why would I feel bad
Mm-hmm.
about that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I want to do anything except celebrate that? That to me is ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's
Did you say
ridiculous.
celebrate? Ooh,
Celebrate.
girl. Yes. And my daughter says every day she lives as if it's her last day, and she celebrates life. She really does.
Precisely.
Some of your
Precisely.
audience is saying, and you should be celebrate, Kathy. She says, as you should be. And then Carolyn is saying, boy, this thing is very powerful. Thank you so much. Ty is saying, a healthy woman. Here it is. We got our definition. You ready, Kareema? Here it is, Doc. A healthy woman is a balance. This is from Tanya. Balance. She says alignment of mind, body, soul with the context of source created connections. Whoa, boy, that's deep. And guidance as an intended expression of the feminine. Well, let me tell you something, Miss Tanya. Come on, sister. That's a huge definition that flew over some of my audience head. But we'll take that. And they are known to come back and say, remember when you had that lady on? So I love how you wrote the balance, because that's what you really explained, Kareema.
That's what we look for is
You really,
balance. Is a
you really,
balance.
yeah.
And the other point that I want to make sure we get in is that I want to restore the mission that I have, the legacy, let's say the
Yeah.
legacy
Yeah.
that I want to leave is that I want to restore and
Nice.
maintain the respect that
Mm-hmm.
is due to mothers/women because it's
Mm-hmm.
critical to the future of the human race. No society can rise above the status of its women/mothers. So
And you,
if you want to
mm-hmm.
know the health of a society, if you want to know whether or not this is something that you should emulate, then you look at how it treats its women. I went to Saudi. I spent some time in Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
I would never say that these people are folks I should emulate because they do not treat their women. Saudi Arabia, as being a Muslim country, presumably the home or the birthplace of the religion, should be the safest place on earth for
Oh,
women to be, and it
it's
is far
not.
from that.
It's not. I totally agree. I'm so glad that you mentioned restoring the legacy and respect that a woman really should have. I'll tell you something. My mom died recently. I'm going to say recent. To me, it's recent, 2 years ago, January 31st. And I kid you not, she was the matriarch of our family. However, she passed away and never really felt having the respect of the
Mm.
matriarch that she deserves. So I'm with you on that journey, and I'm making it my business to have the family members respect the next one, which is my Aunt Dolores, who is now in the matriarch position. And we're celebrating her 70th birthday this November on a cruise. I booked the whole cruise. Come on, family, let's go. We're going to celebrate her. We're going to honor her. Do you know what they've been through? The legacy is gotta, oh, I love the way you put that. Respect. My mother died and she didn't feel respected.
Mm.
when she
Sorry
died.
to hear that.
She
Sorry to hear
didn't.
that.
I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. It's the truth. And my family knows it. And she died in the middle of COVID and lost her sister 2 months before she died. And it's like, and it seems like things have never been the same in the family system. But that restoration, I'm a fan of restoration and transformation. I'm a fan of it. On June the 1st, I'm about to do a training, online training called emotional regulation, and it's got a lot to do with restoration, restoring the natural fitna. Look,
Mm-hmm.
Tanya says, own it unapologetically. Okay, that's what she said to you. She said, "That's right, own it." Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Carolyn
Thank
said
you.
this is a very powerful broadcast for her. Hey, Carolyn, do me a favor. Drop it in the chat. What's the most powerful thing that you've received tonight from this podcast? Because you said this is powerful, very powerful. Well, what is it? What is it that you really got from the broadcast tonight? We'd like to hear from you. All right. And so, wow, we've been on. That time flies so fast, doesn't it? My goodness. How was it being a GYN? What is that all about? How was it? Hi, Simone. Thanks for joining, Mr. Nell. I appreciate you for coming. Hi, I remember her. It's a childhood friend.
So, what was it like being a GYN?
Yeah.
It was an honor. That, and to me, next to being a mother is to help another mother.
Wow.
And doing obstetrics and gynecology, I was at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York. And so we were serving a city hospital. And we had people from all over the world. We had New York City is a country unto itself.
Oh, yeah.
And we were serving people from all over the world, all kinds of attitudes towards childbearing, all kinds of attitudes towards mothering and certain sex and things of the sort. So I considered it a learning experience above all, because a large part of that was working with teen mothers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Teens.
And one of the highlights of my life, I will remember this until Allah calls me, was there are lots of people who sadly do not see their child's pregnancy as being a grandmother or their grandchild. And so these people who are, I would say, disconnected and let's say misinformed, even though we want the best for our children.
Yeah.
So if the teenage girls get distracted and they become pregnant, that's not the child's fault. That's not the baby's fault. And so I was often counselor and substitute mother for a lot of teen mothers.
Sure.
And one of the highest honors that I've ever been paid was girls would come to me and they'd say, "Well, my mom says I should have an abortion. I don't want one. The boy, the man, does not want me to have the baby either. But I want to keep the baby." And I said, "Well, I will anything this is your decision. I will help you in any way I can." And so you go through the whole motions and you link them with social workers and did it. So we're in Walmart 10 years later, and this little boy comes up to me and he pats me on the side. And I'm looking down at him and I'm thinking, okay, this child is lost. And he says to me, "Did you really take care of me when I was in my mother's belly?" And I said,
wow.
I guess I did. And I'm looking in the background and there's this woman going, "Dr. Tinsley, Dr. Tinsley." And I'm saying, okay. She says, "You don't remember me?" And I say, "Listen, I'm so sorry, darling. I see so many people and I don't have the memory I used to have." She said, "That's your baby. That's the one that you told me I didn't have to abort."
Wow.
I nearly broke out in tears. That
That's
was
a
just totally amazing. So the point here is you are a mother, whether or
Mhm.
not you biologically gave birth to somebody. I go
Mhm.
back to my point. If you do something that could be construed as mothering, you support, you nurture, you encourage, you help people through
Mhm.
difficult times. That's mothering.
Wow, that's
She's
amazing.
and
That's
the little
beautiful.
and the boy gave me a hug, and I was tears streaming down my face. I was just done. I will
Wow.
remember that forever. That's one of
I'm
my highest
sure.
achievements.
I'm sure. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Something like that happened to me as a therapist before. And I finished my doctorate, just so you know. I call myself Doc B. And I stopped at the dissertation because I caught cancer. That's how this mark got on my face. I caught cancer, and this is a radiation burn from when they gave me radiation treatment. My skin wasn't always like this. And so it's funny that you talked about that little boy, because I was in the supermarket with my grandson. And my grandson, they like to record me doing strange things. They're like, Grandma, you're funny, and they like to record me, and they make fun of me and stuff like that and have fun stuff. And so he captured in the market, there was a client, a guy there that was on drugs, and I helped him get off and start a new life. And there was that wonderful moment, very similar to that one. Oh my God, Doc B, you saved my life. You told me to move away and leave that girl alone. And you told me to do this. I followed everything you told me. So I get it. I love those moments.
Yeah,
Those are the
very.
moments. Yes. Okay, so Carolyn answered our question. When you spoke about the hearts being sincere, wow, she says, a healthy mother, a woman who is full of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of what was instilled in her from her upbringing. Same thing you said, from her mother that was raised with God in the heart. That's really good. Thank you for sharing that with us, Carolyn. I'm glad that you can get some confirmation and get some information from this segment tonight. Oh my God, I don't want you to go, but if I don't get you out, then I won't be able to download it and do the Spotify thing, because you're getting ready to be on Spotify. You're going on Instagram. It's some work that I have to do after we hang up, but I need to get off by a certain amount of time. But I'm telling you, we're dynamite, powerful, all those things. I really do appreciate you. Any last words to the audience
I
about
do.
healthy mother, healthy family?
Two things. I'll say it really quick that forgiving your mother for her sins and shortcomings is the
Mm,
key to mental and emotional health and your future progress. And that mothering, despite what you may see or hear elsewise, is a career. It is the toughest work you'll ever do and the toughest work you'll ever love.
wow, you gotta be kidding. No, 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 no. America says 18. That's it. You're out the door. Not true. Misconceptions, myths. Who does that? I don't know. Because that my daughter's 36 and I'm still mothering. I believe you. Thank you so much. Someone, Keep America Strong Incorporated, they showed up at the last minute. They said, yes, yes, yes. Mothers make and break the family, make or break the family, the community, and yes, the humanity. So thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
I will send
assalam.
you I will send you a link, and then you can send this to anyone because you'll have it for yourself.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. Take
When you
care.
get one last thing, when you get a chance, bring me back and I'll tell you how other people have reversed cancer.
I will definitely do that. Yes, ma'am. I will do that. Yes, ma'am. Wonderful. Wow.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum. Woo-wee.
Walaikum assalam.
Boy, we was cooking with Crisco tonight. That was good. It was so good.